It's a wonderful. My mom was a pilot. My dad was a pilot. My mom's father was a pilot. So it runs in our family. Of course, the insurance the insurance markets really run aviation, so it has helped to understand how policy and underwriting and claims work, and being in the aviation, because the insurance carriers really dictate flying more than the FAA does. I've been building software in insurance, and my first insurance clients was 2004. And I got into insurance through the property business. We worked for a property underwriting inspector. So they did all the underwriting inspections for residential insurance. And so when, State Farm or USAA or Nationwide would write a house, they would order an inspection, and that would go to the system that I built, so that my client, who is the inspector, could go and inspect the house and check the roof out and then report back on its condition. I mean, the whole point of indemnification, the entire freaking concept, is to restore people to the condition that they were in before. And you can't do that if you're not talking to them and managing the claim. And so that's a huge challenge, is they have all these manual tasks, manual data entry, manual emails. They're having to use all these tools at their disposal, and many that they have to create. And in the meantime, they're getting harassed by all the medical providers that want to get paid. And then they're getting harassed by all the non-medical providers, all the ancillary service providers that want to get paid. They get squeezed hard. It's a hard job. And then, you're counting on them to have time to sit and think about what reserve to set, because if they screw up the reserve setting, you could end up literally, some of my clients, walk me through the earning per share implications on publicly traded companies because you either over or under reserve a claim. It's a really serious responsibility. So there's a lot of really silly things that burden adjusters and keep them from being the best they can be, and really keep us from, minimizing losses. Because if you drag these claims on because you're really inefficient, or you're not touching the file enough, and that's a big deal. If they're not touching that claim file enough and they're not talking to that claimant enough, then that claimant gets frustrated. And when they get frustrated, they go to a lawyer, and then your claim cost just tripled. And the back to work strategy just got blown to heck. I mean, it's not going to be pretty. And so we've got to eliminate silly things. No, we're still on number one, integration. Integration is medical, ancillary service providers, medical service providers, regulatory filings, payments. That's all integrations, and it's a lot of manual crap. But another really big, huge area of opportunity is intelligence. Right? How are you helping them set reserves? How are you leveraging 8 million claim records to provide a recommendation on what they should set the reserve at, so that you're just giving them some guidance that they're normally not getting. They compared and contrasted medicine and aviation. Medicine, where there's a culture of never studying your mistakes and not publishing any of them for fear of embarrassment, and the opposite culture in one that I'm part of, aviation, where we obsessively study mistakes. We publish all the case studies and we study them together. They're very, very different cultures, and one of these things has driven error rates down substantially over 50 years, and the other hasn't. And that's because of the practice of studying mistakes. And so I think that's probably the best life hack. It goes hand in hand with lean as well.